So, hello and welcome to the stream. Actually, Theorie, Gott in Theorie. So I will take a study about my actual knowledge or theoretic knowledge. So how the system is work. So there is some people say better don't take a picture about God or something like this. Anyway, so if I meditate about God or speaking with God like Habakkuk and some stuff in mind, to understand you speak with the devil or you speak with God is a difference. So you don't know you speak with God, you don't know you speak with the devil. It is a unknown basement in mind what has happened. So I will recognize my look wise about it, actually, about God. In three phases. So one is God, one is dragon, so I bring it into the Trinity, God, Son of God, the Holy Spirit, but not into Jesus dragon. So I say later. So here is Holy Spirit. Here is a question what is to the sense. Then devil oh, come on. Please do this not. So no, what the fuck. So devil, come on man, what the fuck is your problem? Eh? So what is about the devil? So we have here uh, and so interesting is the Holy Spirit, so it's the will of God. What is the will of God? The will of God is permanently freedom. Controlling earth. Great Lord. Lord of how? Lie. Justice. And damnation. Damnation. Yeah. So the will of God was not that. So why God is God? God is God because He is the one have created everything. The devil's crime. So what we found in this information is the creator is same God can be everything. Everything. God can be everything and can do whatever He likes to do, with no judgment. He can destroy, when He can create this earth, He can destroy this earth. But someone other can not destroy this earth versus his own will. This is probably the reason why we exist, because we don't like to destroy this earth. This is same like supernatural end phase team. Then we have we called other name Lucifer. Lord of Hell. Controlling art, science, and controlling art, science, and knowledge. And spirit, light, justice, and damnation. So he is based on the basement of lie. Judgment, justice. So if you lie or do bad stuff, you will come to hell. So he is the judgment or the damnation about the crimes. This is hell. So Lucifer is Lord of Hell. So he is all what is coming to hell will come to Lucifer, like this. So this is the bodies or spirits where Lucifer can use. Lucifer himself, call of inspiration, knowledge, art, science, and so on. And the spirit is a basement of knowledge of God's Holy Spirit. So it's versus the it's not directly in position of Heidelberg. It's not directly the difference to so it's not directly different to the Holy Spirit, but is a earth-grounded spirit. So there are some difference between earth and heaven's gate, and so on. So then this is spirit, light, justice, and damnation. And Holy Spirit is what is in the interests of what we think about. God is the permanently freedom, so there is no war or no everything about sad things didn't exist. It is exist after devils. So fall of Lucifer story of the Tax versus God, where he is falling into hell as Lucifer, Lord of the Hell. So what is interesting is that God can be everything. God is not just God, he can simply be everything. This is one of the most important, interesting parts, that he can be everything. So he can be on his own will, he can take the form of a universal dragon or something like this. So you have the power to hellbound and all that stuff. Where is a part of it is controlled by Lucifer. But in the will of God is the spirit, the permanently freedom. this is the part where is the part of the necromancer is in from the last story is working, so that he is affecting under the name of God, or the abilities what he becomes through God. So if God not will, so that we are under the fall of Lucifer, what is give us the abilities to come to heaven or to hell if we do bad things. Is magic a different God proposition where it's make possible in special events that in special case or situations to using it with God's judgment. So it simply means that if it's not work, it will not be on God's will, because God can be everything. So if God not can be everything, the world is controlled by Lucifer, and so on and so on and so on. So are we more under control by the devil or Lucifer, or are we more under control by God? So if you are under control by God, there is a fact that the demons are higher in earth stable basements, so then it's more come to control by God, because God losing a part through hell, or humans go to bed to that the hell will rise up, and then is the moment will come where take God control again. Seems like earthquakes, about nature, right? About nature, earthquakes, volcanoes, storms. This is all not Lucifer work. It is God's judgment controlling earth. It is the other side of God. Whereas Lucifer is take the act of inspiration, controlling art, science, and knowledge. So this is the reason why we have to pray to God, that He is a good God, and so on and so on and so on and so on. That He is not a bad. So the difference is then that the spirit of the Lucifer is the lie, the judgment, and to use the damnation and justice over the damned. And by God is the Holy Spirit the permanently freedom. And this is what is broken by Lucifer in heaven, why he is falling into hell. And actually it looks so that is the hell is not so bad, and the collaboration between hell and heaven is bigger as to other times, because we are in this human time where we have financial troubles, and we have in the same time hunger on different places on the earth. So we don't know what is God will and what is Lucifer work. So I'm not really sure where I'm right and wrong. So it is look-wise that heaven is up then comes earth, and then comes hellfire. And what is in the correct watch look-wise, it is that here is heaven and here is hell. Hell, heaven, earth. So we are under control of God and Lucifer. So we have not the basement of what is have Lucifer as a fallen angel. So if he is falling into hell from heaven, he is falling into hell, and we know he is coming to earth. So he is not fixed on in hell. What is mean that he is simply just I don't know really. I'm not really sure. So I can just go back to the most interesting part of it, that God simply can be everything and can be everywhere. This is the most interesting. That he can change in a dragon is absolutely thinkable, because he's God. He can simply do everything. So there is coming the art of magic, where it is where you ask can a necromancer doing create a virus like Corona, COVID-19, where it kills 6-7 million peoples around the world at one time, or past time in the past 1500 or where it was. That is not a Lucifer will. It is simply a it is from Lucifer. It is from Lucifer, but it is a fact. It is in a fact of the fall of Lucifer. What Lucifer have done, he have broken the permanently freedom by the Holy Spirit on the will of God. So it is Lucifer's work. So now he have to controlling light, judgment, and damnation. So we are in these troubles because it was on Lucifer's will versus the will of God. So that not say that God is ever the that we not have to take a picture about him, about God. So he can be a dragon and create the volcanoes or ice time or whatever he can all that do. So we cannot take a picture about God himself. What is think at Lookwise that we cannot take a picture about God. We cannot or that we not can take a picture about God is the same like we like a part of necromancy. This is actually status. So I ask before I do this stream now, because I asked me before 15 minutes, ask me what is when this the necromancer self is God too, right? What is when the necromancer self is God, right? So he can be to every time on every place. We human can this not. He can do this. He can be every time everywhere. So what it say me that is a necromancer is a devil or from hell, or a necromancer is God too. What is interesting is in supernatural there is coming the death and say there will the time come I kill God too, and there I'm not really sure, because God can be everything. So God can be deaf too. So in this case they say God is a bad guy because he is destroying so much stuff. But when God created the earth, he can be the deaf too. this we can, I think, overjump. So that the death will kill God is a little bit under basement thinking, I believe. This was this stream to the um, actually mind